Hey guys, welcome to Team Forbidden's YouTube page, and this time we are doing a little something different. This is going to be our first top 10 video, or top 15 video, of the most annoying decks at their prime.
At this time. We might come up with an updated list later as more decks are introduced, or maybe have another video at some time, maybe covering some of the decks that we missed. Do us a favor, if you think we missed any decks, post them in the comments section below.
Let's do this, guys.
Yes.
Yep.
Because I don't know what to say, but let's do this.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Get our cups of water, because our throats will be hurting from this.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Number 15, Necros. This one is at the bottom of the list, mainly because, yes, it's a very competitive deck, but you can still play against it. The only reason why it's mainly broken as shit is because of that ritual spell card.
The mirror, right?
Yeah, Kaleidoscope.
Yeah, the Kaleidoscope.
Oh, Kaleidoscope.
Being able to recycle itself along with the ritual monsters. I mean, Gishki's did it too, but...
Ritual summon from the extra deck, you get... Just send... Oh, I'm just going to send my...
Herald of Arclight.
Yeah, Herald of Arclight and get free searches for days.
No, thank you.
Or just
send Herald, summon Unicorn, searches for days.
Or send Star Eater and summon 2 ritual monsters at once.
There you go.
Number 14, we have L Swarms. This would be Steel Swarm, Evil Swarm. Doesn't really matter, I probably assume.
Ophion.
That's the main problem that we have with the deck.
That's the very main problem is Ophion. Even though Ophion kills like certain cards only, there's still many ways to actually go over it, but they'll freaking do...
Yeah, and the main problem is Ophion combined with that Infestation Pandemic. That you search it out, and then you still have the material, so you have a 25-50 beat stick, and immunity to all spells and traps if they try to do anything on you that time.
Immunity.
Complete immunity.
I mean, and you can't special summon level 5 or higher. The reason it's so low on the list is because it only hurts certain decks. Any deck that uses high-level monsters. They get Ophion out. The reason heroes play Ixies monsters is because Ophion exists. They can't mass change, they can't miracle fusion, none of that.
They can't just bring out monsters that are level 5 or higher, so you gotta go with your rank 4 plays or rank 3s.
Yeah. Number 13, Light Sworns. Specifically, this deck has rubbed me the wrong way for a long time. Mostly because of their boss monster.
JD!
F***ing Judgment Dragon.
Hit him. You hit him, the deck goes way down.
But they're not gonna hit him because
they're not topping or doing anything.
Not doing anything right now, so it's like why bother hitting him?
Yeah,
until Minerva comes out, then that'd be a problem there.
Yeah, the whole thing that happened with Judgment Dragon, which is what makes the deck so bad, is you can drop him, pay 1,000 life points, and then drop 2 more and automatically kill the opponent. Which the only way they brought Judgment Dragon down, he went to 2. He never went to 1. Meanwhile, you got Demise, King of Armageddon, a ritual monster who at the same time had 600 less attack points, was harder to summon out, with the same exact effect for double the cost, who is limited to 1 per deck.
Konami logic, people.
Number 12, Gladiator Beasts.
Oh god.
In their prime, that deck was... it was horrible. It was horrible when they tried doing tag team matches also, because you could tag with your...
Summon all the Hercs.
Or the thing that made that deck super hard was that you always contact fuse, and you could just set the Bestiari so that they didn't have to they couldn't bottomless trap hole it.
Yeah.
But the whole thing that happened with that deck was, what Konami didn't do was limit Gyzaris. They limited Bestiari, which, why? You can just go into him. Instead of limiting Gyzaris, you banish the 1 Gyzaris with bottomless trap hole, the deck's gone.
Yeah. You hit the... You don't hit the weapon, you hit the soldier that's using the weapon, basically.
Mm-hmm. Number 11, Teledyne. Also known as Teleport Dark Arm Dragon. This deck was
it was alive for 2 whole formats at least. It was.
I honestly never dueled it, but I've seen plays of it, and it's fucking scary.
Teledyne was essentially the reason we have Teledyne on here instead of Dark Arm Return is because Teledyne was essentially an evolved version of Dark Arm Return where you just banish the other stuff. It was further proof that even watered down with I believe they only had 1 Dark Arm Dragon per deck at the time. It was a while ago, so I can't remember. Even with 1 Dark Arm, it proved the card was so stupidly powerful.
Yeah.
And then
And to top it all off, this was before we started getting reprints, so the game was expensive as Dark Arm. This was when they were fucking around with all the rarities in the pack worse than they are now.
I still remember when Light Swarms were at like a couple $100 for the
Yeah.
entire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Judgment Dragon was like
Because it was a secret rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a secret.
And
Top 10, folks.
We're there now.
we're starting with the top 10 with one of 2 decks in this list, which, in essence, if it opens broken, you don't get to play the game. And that deck is Empty Jar. For those of you who don't know what Empty Jar is essentially one of the main reasons that Morphing Jar and Morphing Jar number 2 are banned on the TCG Forbidden list over here. Mostly because that deck was a thing. I mean, we all know it was really because of Dark Worlds and stuff, but to be honest, Empty Jar was one. Essentially, it was you set Morphing Jar, you flip it up, and then you just keep flipping it down and flipping it back up until your opponent couldn't draw any more cards and you won.
It's pretty much a cheap way to win.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9, Quillforts.
Specifically, the version where that was Towers Turbo.
Literally, this is a card that says you can't play the game.
With towers, yeah.
It was a card that was essentially everything the Egyptian God card should have been with protection-wise. It's like, so let me get this straight. You're going to nuke the Egyptian God cards from what they were in the show and the manga, and then you're going to come out with this card.
Raw.
Yeah, pretty much original Winged Dragon of Raw. They eventually rectified that with the forms, but some people could argue that Quillforts are still relatively difficult to fight, mostly because it's the whole pendulum stuff.
Yeah,
it's arguably
as long as they
it's arguably I want to say the second most broken pendulum deck behind one of the other ones on this list.
Mm.
Mostly because you could get resources so fast. There's a reason that they hit it really hard on the list over here.
probably. Yeah.
as long as tower stays banned, I'm good with it.
Same.
Same.
Number 8, Shaddolls.
All you guys,
My God, this deck at its prime.
all you guys that want Construct back, you motherfuckers must be crazy.
That card would probably never come back. We don't know yet, but
It's not going to come back.
It's
knowing Konami, they'll probably do something stupid with it.
But the main problem that I have with it, it's you can get out relatively easy. Yes, it's a good beat stick, and if you attack special summon monsters, automatically destroy it. Yeah, good job. But when it dies,
You get a El Shaddol fusion back.
You can't get anything back. When it dies, it should die. You only can get it back or anything back with a different card effect. Not off of its same card effect.
The only monster actually viable to kill off Construct is Catastor, because both their effects will go off, destroying each other.
Actually, never heard of that.
Yeah, that's the ruling on it.
Actually, I'm trying to figure, does it really destroy both of them?
Yeah,
Or would
that's
one
the ruling
destroy
on
the
it.
other both? Or would one destroy the other first?
They both die as a result.
Huh.
Because that's the official ruling on it.
Well, either way, even then, Construct doesn't die. And the other problem with Construct is you fusion summon it, and then you get to send another card again.
Yeah.
Plus a super, whoever, it's like, seriously, what were they thinking when they designed that card?
Number 7.
Monarchs. Most specifically the domain build, but
The current style Monarchs, anyway.
Actually, the current style Monarchs is the extra deck one, which is, in its own way, arguably worse. Mostly because you can go brilliant fusion plays and go into rank 5s. I've seen Zolkin variants, which are very interesting.
Yeah, Ultimate Zolkin variants.
But some other members of our group can have suffered from the main lock. I actually played the deck occasionally, and it's pretty nasty to go through when you're playing a deck like, let's say for example, Raid Raptors, and then you get them into domain lock, and they can't do anything.
Yeah. Number 6. Windups.
One of 2 decks that made me quit the game competitively until this year, actually. Thank you, Shining Victories.
So
All the blue
here's a deck where it's a lot like Empty Jar. It goes for the hand. Using Hunter, Zen Mighty, using that recycling combo to destroy your opponent's hand 1 card at a time.
Which they could do turn 0, and if you didn't have Effect Veiler, you basically lost.
Pretty much, because if they do have the ability to get rid of your entire hand at once. It's been done before, and I've been a victim of it.
Yeah, it's the reason Zen Mighty is banned. Honestly, TCG should take a page from the OCG book, ban Hunter, bring back the Carrier. It's not doing anything over in Japan, because Hunter's gone. Why would they bother? It can get a whole bunch of little monsters out in the field very quick. Who cares?
It's what I said back about Glad Beasts. You ban the sword, not the soldier.
Top 5 people. Here
Top
we are.
5.
Speaking of swords, monsters that turn themselves into equip cards.
Number 5. Inzectors. Dear God, I hate facing this deck because this is all it does. Hornet pop.
Hornet Pop.
Hornet pop. Hornet pop. Hornet pop. Hornet pop. Just the Hornet pop for days.
Well, it's not just Hornet pop. It's Hornet pop, and then I get to plus off of that.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit. This is deck number 2 that made me quit. I quit playing competitively during the Zexal era because I faced this stupid fucking deck so many times. And there's people that Hornet's at 2 in Japan, and the deck isn't doing anything, which makes me wonder what the hell is up with the Japanese people.
They just have, I guess, not to be cliched, have more respect for their players.
Perhaps.
Us over in America, we just want to screw over everyone to get to the top.
Yeah, true. I mean, everyone, personally, the deck, everyone, when they first hit the deck after, I think it was after it won Worlds.
Yeah.
Because it did win Worlds.
Yeah.
And you
It
could
did win a Worlds.
combine this deck with Inzectors, which was, not the...
You combine them with Windups.
Combine it with Windups, thank you. Which was fucking crazy.
Use Zen Mighty, or no, you get out Hornet and you get out Dragonfly, or you get out Hornet with the effect of Dragonfly, get rid of your opponent's field, and then go into Zen Mighty to get Hunter to go for your opponent's hand.
Which was absolutely dumb.
What the
It was arguably one of the worst times in the game, but we missed some of the other ones which are above this one. This is top 5. The only reason it's not so high is it was broken, but we feel that these other decks were just far more broken than them.
Yeah.
And people think that Inzectors aren't as good as they used to be. Honestly, they kind of... I think yes and no.
Not as good, but they're still...
They're still extremely good.
Yeah.
The only reason they're not as good is because of this next deck on our list that exists, pretty much.
Number 4. Cosmo.
Yep. Oh, let's have all these little... To be quite honest...
It's Star Wars, people.
It's Wizard of Oz and Star Wars. I love Star Wars, and the Wizard of Oz is a classic.
Yeah, this combo is a match made in heaven, and the actual art and the look of it actually really flows together. I never really thought about it until I saw it with my own eyes.
But don't make it broken as
And which is unfortunately what they did. Let's turn Luke Gale. Let's take let's take Dorothy Skywalker and let it search for any ship. It's pilots and ships, which is an awesome idea where you can just banish the pilots and just summon the ships from the hand.
Brilliant mechanic.
That was a brilliant mechanic. Here's what made the thing super broken was that, let's make all the ships non-targetable.
Oh.
What?
And then,
anything that you can't target. The only reason that Magispectors aren't on this list is because it's really only one card in there that's a problem.
Dark Destroyer.
Well, no, Magispectors. It's the unicorn.
okay.
Cosmos. Dark Destroyer is a super bad problem. A lot of people would argue that Dark Destroyer is worse than Hornet. I disagree. But
Well,
Dark Destroyer,
Dark
3K beat stick, can't be targeted,
and if you
and it
somehow
pops on the
manage,
field.
well, if you somehow manage to get over it, it just floats into something else.
Yeah.
Exactly. It
Which
brings
is
something
it
weaker,
brings
but
Slip
still
Rider,
something
Forerunner,
else.
any one of those other ones.
Number 3.
Top 3 people.
Top 3.
Top-
Here is where the get. Here is where the hits the fan,
Yeah.
which is right above us.
Number 3.
Uh-huh.
Performapals or Pepe.
Specifically, Performage and Pals.
It's still the same as
This
it's still the same
thi-
meaning.
This deck is one of the most consistent.
It's arguably
and
more consistent than Necros even.
Yeah, it's one of the most consistent and most. What's the word? Like,
More consistent and more resilient.
that's the word. More consistent and resilient than most of the other decks, besides the next 2 on this list, that I have ever seen, ever.
Yeah, pretty much.
They may seem like the monsters themselves are very weak, but once you get them going and get out your beat sticks from the extra deck,
And the whole thing with, because it was basically like Necros, you could search anything out in a single turn and multiple cards out in a single turn.
the searching.
They could search for days, and not only that, they could summon multiple monsters for days and then get pretty much unbreakable boards thanks to friggin' Ptolemaeus.
And another
Consistency.
thing, damage jugglers because of it.
Yeah,
Damage jugglers. That's why he's banned, people.
Yeah,
Same thing for Pushfire.
Everyone's like, "Oh, damage jungler. It's about." No, it's not. You should not be able to stop all damage, not just battle damage, but effect damage too.
Damage.
You shouldn't be able to just stop all damage and then plus off of it. Number 2.
Number 2.
my- I'm seriously going to go off on this deck right now.
And we had a choice between. This format was not too long ago, so any of you who
All right,
are
here we go.
go.
Okay.
Mother f***ing Dragon Rulers.
Yeah.
This deck, the rank 7 spam that it causes is absolute bullshit.
And the mere fact that they went through 3 lists. They went through 3 lists to kill this deck.
Didn't they ban the babies? And
Yeah,
then-
they banned the babies.
They banned the babies,
Keep the big
and
ones at
eliminated
one. The big ones, and then
And they switch it up.
Yeah.
And then they switched it out because they realized, yeah, no, that was a mistake. We should have never designed. It was like Spellbook of Judgment. They realized their mistake. They never should have. We never should have made these cards.
Yeah, it's the thing that would fix the deck.
Where's your mad at them? Just show it right now.
It's over there. I don't.
All
care.
right, yeah, don't worry
It's-
about that.
The thing that would fix this deck is the fact that they were able to use dragons to banish to special summon them.
And plus, they're spammable as fuck.
Yeah. and-
Dragons or the attribute that they were at.
No, I
Yeah.
think the attribute would be better because then each dragon would be confined to their own
To
attribute.
their attribute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, spammable. That's
it
what
was
I mean by
Yeah,
that.
because it was the fact that you could do the multiple dragons. I mean, you
Yeah.
can only you could only use one of their effects per turn. But even then, if you had 2 of them, that was an instant rank 7.
Yeah.
And you had access to all 4 of them. That was instant rank 7. That deck is the single reason why Return from the Different Dimension got banned.
Really? I thought it was banned before that.
It got banned because of Dragon Rulers, because you banished all your dragons, and then you'd flip Return, and then you'd game them.
Oh, okay. Number 1.
Hold on, let me deliver this one. In
Okay.
all
him.
my years of playing the game, we've mentioned Eptijar on this list. You might have noticed we haven't mentioned a whole bunch of other ones like Chainburn or Exodia or Final Countdown. Those ones, it's interesting to see people go off. This one, the single most consistent FTK they have ever produced, Frog FTK.
Dun dun dun.
I mean, there is no other single deck that would consistently make it so you start your turn. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna loop burn you to death over and over and over before your turn even starts, and then you die.
Pretty much.
And then there's Treat Toad coming out too.
Thankfully, it's not the FTK, but it's gonna make frogs even more annoying than they already were.
Yeah. Konami, if there's anything that you can ever do right in your lives, leave Substitute alone.
Keep him banned.
Keep him banned. Keep him out of our lives. We don't want him.
Don't even come up with a replacement.
Well, they did.
Which one?
The Trade Toad. Or the
Tree Toad.
Treat Toad?
No, the one that it was like Substitute, but only does it once per turn.
Oh.
Dupron?
Did they come up
No.
with that one?
Yeah, they did.
Huh. Was it an actual frog monster?
Yeah, it was a frog monster.
Oh.
Well, no, I think it was a toad.
Okay, edit that out. Any deck that makes it so your opponent can't even play the game should never be allowed.
Pretty much. All right, guys. Thank you so much for having patience with our rambling.
And our anger.
And our anger.
And a rage!
That too.
Unyielding rage.
Calm yourself, Scott.
And again, if you think that we missed a deck in our top 15, post
Please
it in the
place it in the
comments
comments
down below.
Also, if you have any ideas for any other top 10s or top 15s, if you like 3 of us, because after this it will only be 2.
Or other members of our group.
Or maybe we'll do 5 next time. Who knows? But
All 5 of us, why not?
But anyway, like I
more
said,
of
if you
us.
have any more ideas, feel free to leave comments, and we will catch you next time.
And remember to like and subscribe.
That's
Like,
it.
comment, subscribe.